everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen and this is my channel. So I've been getting a lot of questions about the obesity code. I've been getting some people saying that I'm not really fasting because I'm eating on days that I claim to be fasting, that I'm eating too much food, and then I've also been getting people asking questions about what the obesity code is about and if I would review the book. So I had always planned to talk about it, but I had planned on waiting for a while. But since there's so many questions and so many people are interested, and it's just been overwhelming for me and a game changer in my life, I decided that I would go ahead and do it now. Also, I want to let you guys know to stay tuned till the end of the video because I will be giving you a chance to win a copy of the obesity code because that's how much I enjoy it. So I'll talk about that after this. Alright, so before we get into too much about the book, let me tell you a little bit about the author of the book, and that is Dr. Jason Fung. And Dr. Fung is a specialist in kidney disease. He's a nephrologist, and he is a graduate of the University of Toronto, which is where his clinic is based. He is also a graduate of the University of California in Los Angeles. And he is best known for his intermittent fasting and the reversal of type 2 diabetes and weight loss. So Dr. Fung theorizes that obesity is caused less by the amount of excess calories taken in, but more so by the imbalance of the hormones that regulate fat growth. Everything in your body, from your body temperature, blood sugar stabilization, and growth, is all regulated by hormones. The core hormones that regulate fat growth and cause obesity development are leptin, adiponectin, and lipase. The imbalance of these hormones can lead to higher levels of insulin, which is a contributing factor to obesity. There have been studies done and research has shown that compared to people of a normal weight, obese people release a higher level of insulin, and that insulin level stays higher even after you complete a meal. Another contributing factor to weight gain is the excess amount of secretion of the hormone cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone that activates the fight or flight mechanism by temporarily restricting metabolic functions. Chronic stress raises the glucose levels. Sleep deprivation is one of the leading causes of chronic stress, which stimulates the cortisol and decreases insulin sensitivity. And for that reason, Dr. Fung suggests getting at least 7 hours of sleep a night. The book goes into more detail than what I've read to you here, of course, so if you're interested in any of that, I definitely recommend you read it to find out more about it. But those are the few of the things that stood out to me that kind of made everything click in my mind about why I haven't been losing weight no matter what food plan I'm on. And that's not to say that my own poor eating habits have not contributed to that, because I've never actually stuck to a diet and tried to make it work. But this is the reason why diets do not work long term, because of the hormonal imbalances and the insulin levels in your body. This is no way in shape or form saying that this cures an eating disorder. That is a completely different matter altogether. But this is the reason why your body reacts the way it does to what you eat. So at the core of the obesity code is intermittent fasting, and that's what it all centers around. And there are two different types of fasting that Dr. Fung recommends. One is a 24-hour fast and one is a 36-hour fast. And a lot of people have been questioning me about why I eat a meal on days that I am fasting. And I was confused about this as well before I read the book and before I learned a little bit more about fasting. And I'm still not an expert on fasting, so this is just how it was explained in the book and how the example menu is laid out, and what I'm going to explain to you. So I'll explain first is the 24-hour fasting, which is what I am doing. Now today is one of my fasting days. So my fast started last night after I finished my meal. I finished eating around 8:30. So approximately 8:30 or 9 o'clock was when I started my fast. So I will not eat all day today until dinner time. around 8:30 or 9 tonight, which will put me at 24 hours of fasting. And then at that time, I will eat my dinner meal. So you're skipping 2 meals and then eating your third because you have already fasted overnight, and then you end your fast at dinner time. The 36-hour fast, you actually go from after dinner one night and all the next day until breakfast on the next day. So that is actually literally 36 hours of fasting. Dr. Fung does not recommend dry fasting, and that is when you don't take anything in during a fast. He recommends that you drink lots of water. You can also have tea, coffee, sparkling water, or other no-calorie drinks. He also suggests that you have some bone broth or vegetable broth during the day to help keep up your sodium levels, because it's easy to develop muscle cramps if your sodium level drops. Dr. Fung does not recommend or promote any kind of a diet plan, a specific diet plan. It's actually a way of eating that he promotes and endorses. And for that reason, there's no calorie counting. I have been counting my calories just to see where my calories stand for the days that I do eat. So that's why I have been logging on MyFitnessPal just to see what the calories are in the food. But there's actually no counting of carbs or calories. What he does recommend is on the days that you're not fasting, when you do eat meals, it's whole foods and little to no processed food, as well as 20 to 30% of your food in your daily intake should be protein. Foods that he recommends are eggs, whole steel-cut oats. The instant oatmeal is not good because it's been processed. Chicken, fish, and beef, as well as vegetables, and some fruits such as berries are a very high fruit that he recommends. And snacking, he discourages snacking completely, because if you snack, this is making your insulin level go up and down all through the day. And that's why people who suggest to eat smaller meals during the day doesn't necessarily work, because when you're insulin sensitive, that creates a higher level of insulin all day, and it doesn't allow the insulin to drop and to release the fat. That's why fasting is important. To release that fat, it makes sure insulin is low as possible to release the fat. I guess if I were to sum up the obesity code in one sentence, it is eating in a way that prevents spikes in your insulin. Because as we talked about, higher levels of insulin is what causes the body to develop fat and allows you to gain weight. So keeping your insulin levels as low as possible is the best thing to do to prevent that. So how you do that is you eat whole foods, little to no processed foods. Processed foods have hidden sugars in them, and they go by many different names, from fructose, glucose. There's a whole list of the names in the book that are hidden sugars that you don't even realize you're eating in processed foods. Also, Dr. Fung discourages eating anything with artificial sugar, even diet soda with the artificial sugar in it, because your body processes the artificial sugar the same way as it does regular sugar. There's absolutely no difference in it. It's also important to remember that the obesity code is not a diet. It's a way of eating. There is a diet plan in the book, a recommended example of a 7-day diet. I find it very helpful myself because it shows me the type of foods I should be eating, when I should be eating them. It doesn't say how much, because again, the obesity code goes on the theory that excess weight is not about the calorie in, calorie out theory, and it is more about the raises in your insulin levels. I don't know what the long-term effects of this type of eating will be and intermittent fasting will be. I guess that's yet to be seen, and we'll find out as the time goes on. But like I said, in the last week that I've been doing it exactly a week now, and I've lost a little over 17 pounds. And it has also opened my eyes about the food that I put into my body, about how processed food is very bad for you, and how it is important to eat whole foods, fresh foods, and drinking water and fasting. I think it's a common myth that we just eat because it's a dinner time or a meal time. And it is also said in the book that eating breakfast is not necessary because as soon as you wake up, your body starts producing insulin and it secretes hormones. So eating isn't necessarily for energy. Your body does that automatically because you're alive and you're awake. So you only eat when you're hungry and you stop when you're full, when you're satisfied. And that is another thing that will go hand in hand with learning how to overcome my eating disorder, because like I said earlier, just because I'm losing weight on this food plan and eating schedule doesn't mean my eating disorder goes away. I still struggle with wanting to eat more, but I'm finding that since I've been fasting regularly, I don't find myself being hungry like I was before. And the current schedule of the fasting that I go by is I fast on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday I eat 3 meals, and the other 4 days I eat 1 meal a day. So now to the giveaway of the book. This, like I said, I have been telling you guys how happy I am with this book and how much it has changed my life. And for that reason, I want to give one of you guys a chance to win a copy of the book. And all you have to do is comment below. And on Saturday, I will pick a winner, probably Saturday morning. So I'll give you guys a few days. And as soon as the contest is closed, I will mark the video as closed. But all you have to do is leave a comment. I will put the video link into one of the randomizers and it'll pick somebody at random to win a copy of the book. And all you need to do is provide me with your shipping information and I will send it to you directly from Amazon. So if you're interested in picking up the book and you want a chance to win it, just comment below and let me know. And that's it for right now. So that's what I've learned from the Obesity Code. I hope you guys found this helpful. And if you're interested, I highly recommend you read it and enter below for a chance to win it, and then you can read it for free. I will also leave a link in the description below for a website that gives you a lot of the information that I talked about, as well as shows you the sample menu that is listed in the book of what to eat and how to eat and when to eat it. I will see you guys again soon.